All right. Welcome back, radio fans. Big Al here on this Wednesday, July 13th, 2022. And tonight we are taking a look at the AM and FM radio stations from across the country as our series on the AM and FM radio stations from across southern lower Michigan concludes with a reissue of the state's largest radio market, and that's Detroit, Michigan. And this will be done in two parts. We're doing the AM stations tonight, and we'll do the FM stations tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell twice and get notified every time I go live. That being said, let's jump right in to the July 2022 reissue of the AM radio stations across the Motor City of Detroit. And we're also adding stations from across the river in Canada, in Windsor, Leamington, and Chatham. So those will be included on the list as well. Alright, let's dive right in. First up on 560 is WRDT Monroe, broadcasting in high definition. They're branded as AM 560 The Word, featuring a Christian talk and teaching format. WRDT signed on the air as WMIC on July 12, 1956. They underwent 3 call sign changes using 3 sets of call letters, including WLLZ. The station became WRDT in 2003. WRDT has a Class D license with the Federal Communications Commission, broadcasting at 500 watts daytime ERP in high definition and 14 watts of nighttime ERP in standard analog. Their studios are located at 12300 Radio Place in Detroit. Their daytime transmitter is at 5305 Vineyard Drive, I should say, in Monroe. Their nighttime transmitter is on Galaxy Avenue near Radio Plaza in Ferndale. WRDT is owned by Crawford Broadcasting, and programming is simulcast on WMUZ-FM 103.5 HD3 in Detroit and relayed over translator station W296DY, also licensed to Detroit, on 107.1 FM. 580 is the first of the Canadian stations on the list, and that's CKWW, Windsor, Ontario. AM 580, Motor City Favorites. This station features an oldies format. They signed on the air on March 29, 1964. CRTC license for CKWW is Class C. They operate with an effective rated power of 500 watts from studios located at 1640 Olette Avenue in Windsor and transmitter on Concession Road 4 North in Amhertsburg, Ontario. CKWW is owned by Bell Media, licensed to Bell Media Windsor Radio Partnership. 630 keeps us north of the border. That's CFCO, Chatham-Kent, Ontario. They're known as Country 92.9 with a country music format. And this is one of the oldest stations in the Chatham-Kent area of southwestern Ontario, signing on the air as 10BT in 1926. The station became CFCO in 1928. They have a Class C license with the CRTC, operating with a daytime ERP of 10,000 watts and a nighttime ERP of 6,000 watts. Studios are located at 117 Kill Drive South in Chatham. Their transmitter is also located in Chatham on Queens Line near Drake Road. CFCO is owned by Blackburn Radio, and programming is repeated on CFCO FM 1 at 92.9 FM, also licensed to Chatham-Kent. 680 and 690. This station is the only station licensed by the Federal Communications Commission to operate on two frequencies. And that's WNZK Dearborn Heights. They're known as WNZK, 690 days, 680 nights, your ethnic superstation. This is an ethnic/talk station which signed on the air on October 12, 1985. They have a Class B license with the Federal Communications Commission, broadcasting with an ERP output at 2,500 watts, full-time. Their studios are located at 21,700 Northwestern Highway, Tower 14, Suite 1190 in Southfield. Their transmitter is off of East Mockingbird Drive in Flat Rock, Michigan. WNZK is owned by Birace Broadcasting Corporation, and as I said, it's the only radio station in North America to broadcast on two different frequencies. WNZK broadcasts on 690 kilohertz during daytime hours and on 680 kilohertz during nighttime hours. So WNZK moves its signal to 680 to avoid skyway interference from CKGM, which is a sports station in Montreal on 690 that has clear channel status in Canada. 760 is WJR Detroit. News Talk 760 WJR, the great voice of the Great Lakes. This is a news talk station, affiliations with Fox News Radio, Westwood One, and they are the flagship radio station of the Michigan State Spartans. So you will hear Spartans football and men's basketball on News Talk 760 WJR. This is the second oldest radio station in Detroit, signing on the air on May 4th, 1922 as WCX on both 833 kilohertz and 619 kilohertz. The station switched frequencies 5 times before landing on 760 in 1942. WJR is a Class A clear channel station broadcasting with an ERP of 50,000 watts full-time. Their studios and offices are located at 3011 West Grand Boulevard, Suite 800 in Detroit. Their transmitter is located off of Sibley Road in Riverview, Michigan. They are owned by Cumulus Media and licensed to Radio License Holding LLC. WJR's programming is relayed on WDVD 96.3 FM HD2 Detroit. And as mentioned, WJR is the second oldest radio station. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that. I had a tickle in my throat. Anyway, WJR is the second oldest radio station in Detroit. More on the oldest radio station in Detroit coming up soon. Well, real soon after these next two stations. 800 sends us back across the Detroit River. That's CKLW Windsor. AM 800 CKLW, the information station. This is also a news talk station, affiliations with Bell Media, the Canadian Press, and they also simulcast CTV Windsor's evening newscast from the local CTV2 television station, CHWIDT Channel 16. CKLW signed on the air as CKOK at 540 kilohertz on June 2nd, 1932. The station moved to 840 kilohertz in 1932 and the 1030 kilohertz in 1934, before landing on 800 in 1941. CKLW has a Class B license from the CRTC, operating with an effective radiated power of 50,000 watts. Studios are located at 1640 Olette Avenue in Windsor, and their transmitter is on Essex County Road 20 in Elmhurstburg, Ontario. CKLW is owned by Bell Media, and as I said, evening newscasts are simulcast from CTV's Windsor affiliate, CHWI Channel 16. 910 is WFDF Farmington Hills, broadcasting in high definition. They're known as 910 AM Superstation, broadcasting urban talk and urban music. This station began in Flint, Michigan, as WEAA on May 25, 1922, and became WFDF in 1925. The city license was switched from Flint to Farmington Hills in 2006. So it was that time where WFDF became a Detroit area station. WFDF has a Class B license with the FCC, broadcasting with an ERP daytime of 50,000 watts and an ERP nighttime of 25,000 watts. Studios are located at 20733 West 10 Mile Road in Southfield. Their transmitter is off of Maxwell Road in Carleton, Michigan. WFDF is owned by Kevin Adele and licensed locally by Adele Radio Group Incorporated, which also owns independent televisions. Well, they're now Detroit's My Network TV affiliate, but they were an independent for a while. But Adele Media also owns My Network TV affiliated WADL TV Channel 38, which is assigned to Mount Clemens. WFDF also carries ESPN radio programming from midnight to 5 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Fridays, and from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday and Sundays. WFDF is the former Detroit area affiliate of Radio Disney. And audio of this station is available on WADL's 5th digital subchannel, channel 38.5, as the Word Network. 950, broadcasting in high definition, is WJR. I take that back. It's WWJ Detroit. News Radio 950 WWJ, Detroit's news, weather, and traffic station. This is an all-news radio station affiliated with CBS News. WWJ also airs Detroit Pistons basketball, and they are the flagship station of Michigan Sports Network from Learfield. So that means Michigan Wolverines football and Michigan Wolverines men's basketball both play on WWJ. The station will also air Detroit Tigers and Detroit Red Wings games if there's a scheduling conflict with WXYT FM. WWJ is the oldest radio station in the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan, signing on the air on August 20th, 1920 as experimental station 8MK. The station became WBL in 1921 and WWJ in 1922. They have a Class B license with the Federal Communications Commission, broadcasting full-time at 50,000 watts effective radiated power. Studios are located at 26455 American Drive in Southfield. transmitter is located at 7370 Labo Road off Hagerman Road in South Rockwood, Michigan. WWJ is owned by Odyssey Incorporated, licensed to Odyssey License LLC. Programming is relayed on WXYT FM 97.1 HD2, also licensed to Detroit. Now, WWJ, as I said, is the oldest radio station in Detroit and in the state of Michigan. The WWJ call sign was also used on Michigan's oldest television station. When Channel 4 signed on in 1947 as WWDT, they then adapted the WWJ TV call sign. That until about 1978 when they became what is now WDIV TV, and they are the NBC television station in Detroit on Channel 4. So, little fun fact about the WWJ call sign. 990 is WDEO, Ypsilanti, Michigan. This is over by Ann Arbor. They're known as Ave Maria Radio, featuring a religious format as well as Catholic talk and Catholic sermons. WDEO first signed on the air as WYNZ on November 16, 1962. The station began at 1520 kilohertz and then later moved to 990. They underwent 2 call sign changes using 2 sets of call letters, becoming WDEO in October of 1999. WDEO has a Class B license with the FCC, broadcasting at 9,200 watts days, 250 watts nights. Studios are located at 1 Ave Maria Drive or 24 Frank Lloyd Wright Drive, number C1600 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Their mailing address is P.O. Box 504, Ann Arbor, Michigan 48106/9902. WDEO's daytime transmitter is off Lafarge Road in Superior Charter Township, and that's also the address of their night transmitter. They're in 2 separate spots in that general location. WDEO is owned by Ave Maria Media Services, and programming is relayed on translator station W288DW Southfield, Michigan on 105.5 FM. 1030 is WUFL Sterling Heights, branded as Family Life Radio with a religious/Christian format. Affiliated, of course, with Family Life Radio. WUFL signed on the air on October 26, 1988 as WVLF, and also used WDRQ as its call sign. WUFL and the 4 translator stations that relays its programming all have Class D licenses with the FCC. WUFL operates at 5,000 watts during daytime hours only. Translator station W231CV operates at 210 watts. Translator W232CA at 99 watts. And translators W276D and W284BQ both operate at 250 watts, and the 4 translator stations operate 24 hours a day. Studios originate from Family Life Radio's headquarters at 7355 North Oracle Road in Tucson, Arizona. Their mailing address is P.O. Box 35300, Tucson, Arizona 85704. The WUFL transmitter is located off of Cass Avenue in Clinton Township. WUFL is owned by Family Life Communications and licensed to Family Life Broadcasting System. WUFL operates on 1030 kHz, which is a U.S. clear channel frequency reserved for 50,000 watt Class A station WBZ in Boston. That being said, WUFL is a daytime only station and must sign off the air at sunset per FCC regulations. Programming is relayed on the four aforementioned transmitter or translator stations. W231CV Holly, Michigan at 94.1, W232CA Detroit at 94.3, W276DB Rochester Hills at 103.1, and W284BQ Warren, Michigan on 104.7 FM. 1050 is WTKA Ann Arbor. Talk 1050 WTKA The Ticket. This is a sports talk station affiliated with CBS Sports Radio, the Detroit Red Wings, the Detroit Tigers, the Michigan Wolverines, and Westwood One Sports. WTKA signed on as WPAG-AM in 1945, became WPZA in 1987, and then WTKA with its sports format in 1993. WTKA has a Class B license with the Federal Communications Commission, broadcasting with a daytime ERP of 10,000 watts and a nighttime ERP of just 500 watts. Their studios are located at 1100 Victor's Way, Suite 100 in Ann Arbor. Sorry, I have to cough again. A little something in my throat. Let's try this. Hopefully it'll... The station's transmitter, meanwhile, is on Stony Creek Road in Milan, Michigan. WTKA Sports Talk 1050 The Ticket is owned by Cumulus Media and licensed to Cumulus Licensing LLC. 1090 is WCAR Livonia, branded as La Explosiva, featuring a regional Mexican format and some English sports programming from SportsMap Radio Network and Fox Sports Radio. But it is pretty much a regional Mexican station. The station signed on May 23, 1961 as WERB, located in the Detroit suburb of Garden City, Michigan. The station became WTAK in 1966, WITD on June 15, 1970, or rather January 15, 1970, and then later becoming what is now WCAR on July 18, 1979. They have a Class B license with the FCC operating at 250 watts during the day and 500 watts at night. Their studios are at 21,700 Northwestern Highway, Tower 14, Suite 1190 in Southfield. The station's transmitter is on Park Lane Street in Garden City. WCAR is owned by Sema Birace and licensed to Birace Broadcasting Corporation and is currently simulcasting WSDS 1480 AM in Salem Township, Michigan, over in the Ann Arbor portion of the market. More on that station later. 1130 is WDFN Detroit. Detroit's BIN 1130, because truth matters. This is African American oriented news, affiliated, of course, with the Black Information Network. So this is one of the charter stations of the Black Information Network that launched just 2 years ago. WDFN signed on the air on December 17, 1939 as the original WCAI. They became WCXI in 1979, WWWWAM in 1992, and then they became WDFN with its previous sports format as The Fan in 1994. They have a Class B license with the FCC, broadcasting with a daytime ERP of 50,000 watts and a nighttime ERP of 10,000 watts. Their studios are located at 27675 Halstead Road in Farmington Hills. Their transmitter is on Freeland Road in Gibraltar. WDFN is owned by iHeartMedia and licensed to IHM Licenses, LLC. And as I alluded to earlier, this station had a sports format known as The Fan from 1994 until becoming one of the charter members of the Black Information Network in June of 2020. 1160, and we talked about this station in my Flint radio rundown few days ago, and that's WCXI Fenton. Freedom 1160 with a conservative talk format. Signing on WFEN on November 15, 1985. They underwent 4 call sign changes using 3 different sets of call letters, including WCXI from October 12, 1992 to August 20th, 1993. They have a Class B license with the FCC, broadcasting at 15,000 watts effective radiated power during the day and 400 watts at night. Studios are at 21700 Northwestern Highway, Tower 14, Suite 1190 in Southfield. Daytime and nighttime transmitters are both located within the Wixom habitat in the northwestern Detroit suburb of Wixom, Michigan. WCXI is owned by Birace Broadcasting Corporation, and as I said in my Flint video, this station can be heard in the northwestern suburbs of Detroit. That's how far their signal can reach. 1200 broadcasting in high definition is WMUZ Taylor, Michigan. WMUZ The Salt, AM 1200, with an inspirational format. Signed on air as WCHB on February 22nd, 1990, and became WMUZ AM in 2017. They have a Class B license with the FCC, broadcasting at 50,000 watts ERP days, 15,000 watts ERP nights. Studios are at 12300 Radio Place in Detroit. Transmitter is off of King Road in Romulus. WMUZ AM is owned by Crawford Broadcasting, licensed to WMUZ Radio Incorporated. 1270 is WXYAM Detroit. They're known as AM 1270 The Bet Detroit, featuring a sports wagering format, affiliations with the BetQL Audio Network and CBS Sports Radio. Signing on as WGHP in 1923, 1270 is the third oldest radio station in Detroit. The station became WXYZ AM in 1930 and was under ABC ownership from 1946 up until 1984, when 1270's call sign was switched to the current WXYT. They have a Class B license with the FCC, broadcasting at 50,000 watts full-time. Their studios are located at 26455 American Drive in Southfield. Their transmitter is off of Telegraph Road, or US 24, in Carleton, Michigan. WXYT 1270 The Bet Detroit. It is owned by Odyssey Incorporated and licensed to Odyssey License LLC. Programming repeats on WXYT FM 97.1 HD3 in Detroit. And again, this is the third oldest radio station in the city of Detroit, behind WWJ and WJR. 1290 is WLBY, Saline, Michigan. AM 1290 WLBY, Ann Arbor's talk station. This is a talk radio format affiliated with ABC News, CBS News, and the Michigan Wolverines. Signed on January 5th, 1958 as WOIA, and this station had an identity crisis. They used 8 different sets of call letters before becoming WLBY in 2004. They have a Class D license with the FCC, broadcasting with a daytime ERP of 500 watts and a nighttime ERP at a dramatically low 26 watts. Studios are located at 1100 Victor's Way, Suite 100 in Ann Arbor, and the station's transmitter is near the intersection of Brassaw Road and Bellwether Drive in Saline, Michigan. WLBY is owned by Cumulus Media and licensed to Cumulus Licensing LLC. 1310 is WDTW, Dearborn. La Zeta 30 y 107.9. This station plays regional Mexican music, tropical, and Mexican pop. Signing on the air as WKMH-AM on December 29, 1946, and this station also had an identity crisis, undergoing 10 call sign changes with 9 sets of call letters, including WNIC, on 2 separate occasions from 1972 to 1977, and then again from November 1st through November 24th of 1986. This station originally had the WDTW call sign from January 25th, 2005 through July 24th of 2006. The station began as an AM daytimer on 1540 and then moved to 1310 AM in 1948, where they began 24-hour operation. WDTW has a Class B license with the FCC, while its translator station, the 300DI, has a Class FX license. WDTW operates with an effective rated power of 5,000 watts from studios located at 23,300 Goddard in Taylor, Michigan. Their transmitter is at 6320 Monroe Boulevard at I-94, or in that stretch of town, the Detroit Industrial Expressway, which is also located in the city of Taylor. WDTW is owned by Pedro Zamora and licensed to Zamora Broadcasting Systems Incorporated. Programming is relayed on the aforementioned translator station W300DI at 107.9 FM, licensed to Detroit. 1340 broadcasting in high definition is WCHB Royal Oak. AM 1340 Detroit's gospel station. This is an urban gospel format, signing on the air in 1924 as WAGM. They became WEXL in 1931 and WCHB in 2017, of course, taking the call sign that was previously at 1200 AM. They have a Class C license with the FCC, broadcasting at 1,000 watts day and night. Studios are located at 12300 Radio Place in Detroit. Their transmitter is located off of Woodward Heights Road near the I-75, I-696 interchange in Ferndale. WCHB is owned by Crawford Broadcasting, licensed to WMUZ Radio Incorporated. Programming is repeated on WMUZ-FM 103.5 HD2 in Detroit and relayed on translator station W244DL 96.7 FM, also licensed to Detroit. And WCHB is Detroit's fourth oldest radio station. At 1400, you've got WDTK Detroit, FM 101.5 and AM 1400 The Patriot, which features a conservative talk format, affiliated with the Salem Radio Network. WDTK signed on the air in November of 1925 as WMBC. Became WJLB AM in 1939. WJBK 1980. Or no, WMBL in 1980, I should say. Then they became WQBH in 1982, before becoming WDTR in 2004. They have a Class C license with the FCC, operating at 1,000 watts full-time from studios located at 2 Radio Plaza in Ferndale. Their transmitter is located on the same tower that FM 98 WJLB uses, which is off of Midland Street in Highland Park, which is an enclave of Detroit, located within Detroit city limits. WDTK is owned by the Salem Media Group and licensed to Salem Communications Holding Corporation. Programming is relayed on translator station W268CN 101.5 FM Detroit. And this station also airs Wayne State University football and men's basketball. 1440 is WMKM Inkster. Gospel 1440 WMKM. This is an urban gospel station. Signing on the air in November of 1956 as WCHB. They underwent four call sign changes using 3 sets of call letters, including WMKM, which they originally used twice, from February 22nd, 1990 through November 30th, 2005, and then from December 8th, 2005 through April 5th, 2006. WMKM has a Class B license with the FCC, operating at 1,000 watts effective radiated power. Studios are located at 2994 East Grand Boulevard in Detroit. Their transmitter is near Ecorse and Merriman Roads in Romulus, which is where Wayne County Metro Airport is located. WMKM is owned by Timothy Gallagher and licensed to Great Lakes Radio Detroit LLC. Programming is relayed on translator station W236DR Detroit at 95.1 FM. 1460 is WPON, Walled Lake, Michigan. WPON AM 1460, this station carries an oldies format. They signed on the air in December of 1954 and have a Class B license with the FCC. Daytime ERP is 670 watts. Nighttime ERP is 580 watts. Studios are at 21700 Northwestern Highway, Tower 14, Suite 1190 in Southfield. Their transmitter is located in the Wixom Habitat in Wixom, Michigan. WPON is owned by Biracial Broadcasting Corporation. 1480 is WSDS, Salem Township, Michigan. La Explosiva, 1480 AM. This is a Spanish contemporary station signing on as the YSI in 1963. They have a Class B license with the Federal Communications Commission, broadcasting with a rather low daytime ERP of 750 watts, which increases to 3,800 watts during nighttime hours. Their studios are unlisted, presumably in Ann Arbor. One address listed was 580 West Clark Road in Ypsilanti, Michigan. That's from the FCC database and may be outdated. The transmitter is also at that same location in Ypsilanti at 580 West Clark Road. WSDS is owned by Baldelto Vasquez and Longcast in Metro Detroit on WCAR 1090 AM, licensed to Livonia. Alright, we're down to the final three stations as we come up towards the FM side of the band. 1500 is WLQV Detroit. Faith Talk 1500, featuring a religious format. Signing on the air as WJBK on October 7th, 1925. Of course, this spawned WJBK TV Channel 2, then a CBS affiliate, now a Fox-owned and operated station. WLQV underwent 3 call sign changes with 3 call letters, or 3 sets of call letters, and originally used WLQV from 1979 through January 7th, 1985. They've got an FCC license at Class B. Daytime ERP is 50,000 watts. Nighttime ERP is 10,000 watts. Studios are at 2 Radio Plaza in Ferndale. Their transmitter is at the end of Hazel Avenue in Lincoln Park. WLQV is owned by Salem Media Group and licensed to Salem Communications Holding Corporation. Programming is relayed on translator station W2D4CC Detroit at 92.7 FM. 1550 is CBEF AM, Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Branded as ICI Radio Canada Premiere. This is a French language news and talk station signing on the air at 540 kilohertz in 1970 and then moving to 1550 in 2013. They have a Class A license with the CRTC operating. They are a Class A clear channel station according to the CRTC, operating at 10,000 watts full time. Studios are located at 825 Riverside Drive West in Windsor, County Route 3, and Tecumseh, Ontario. CBEF is owned by CBC, a Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and their programming is rebroadcast on CBEF FM 1, 103.1 FM, Leamington, Ontario, CBEF FM 2, 105.5 FM, Windsor, and CBEF FM 3, 101.5 FM, Sarnia, Ontario. And then the final station on the AM band is 1600 WAAM Ann Arbor. WAAM Talk 1600 or WHAM Radio. This is a news talk station signing on the air as WHRV in October of 1948. The station became WAAM in 1963. They have a Class B license with the FCC, broadcasting at 5,000 watts full time. Studios are located at 4230 Packard Road in Ann Arbor. Their transmitters near the end of Castaway Lane off US 23 in nearby Ypsilanti, Michigan. WAAM is owned by Coolarity A2 LLC. Alright, so that's the July 2022 reissue of the AM radio stations in the Detroit radio market. And we will conclude the look at Southern Lower Michigan tomorrow with a reissue of the FM radio stations in the Detroit Windsor market. So make sure you join me for that. Again, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell twice and get notified every time I go live. This is Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching and happy listening. Peace out.